Hello people, it's your boy Osman back again with another video. As you can see, I'm joined by my brother Wasim Hassan Akhtar. How you was? Both of us got the main
You're
accent.
right.
Yes, so totally it runs in the family, so good. Right, okay, so as you can see from the title, we are going to be talking about Paul Pogba. Was, have you seen his Sheringham's comments on Pogba, by the way? Did you see what
I heard a bit about. I heard a
Okay.
bit about him.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, basically Sheringham said the same thing everybody else has been saying for about 3-4 years. So I'm not really sure why I repeat it. He said something along the lines of, Pogba is a quality player, he's inconsistent, might actually get rid of him. What are your thoughts on that first and foremost?
I think it's. No, I don't agree with these comments. I think they're baseless. I don't know. There's loads of people. I think some of these players and past players and like Souness and all that, they're
Oh,
chatting it just to get views.
Souness
They're
hates
doing it.
Pogba.
Honest to God, they're doing it for their own career. Because Pogba is the in thing.
Yeah.
So they could boost their own career or trying to be a pundit. I don't know what they want to be, but they do that just to boost it. That's my own opinion. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but they do it
Yeah,
because obviously Pogba is going to
it's
meetings and
he's an easy
in the
target,
media,
innit?
innit? Who's in
He's a
the
very
sharing him?
Yeah, he's a very easy target in the day, innit? Like the comments that Sheringham
Yeah.
made are just stupid, innit? Like I said, you've had so many people saying that. I think most fans know he's inconsistent, but for me, I've been consistent in the terms of saying that he needs good players around him. Look, he plays good for France week in, week out. Now he's got no excuse. He's got Bruno. He's got informed Rashford. Obviously, he's coming back from a layoff, but he's got people like Martial and that who are actually looking good now. Martial's had a lot of critics as well, but he's starting to make that number 9 his own. So I think for me, Pogba has to step up now. Especially if he comes into a team with Bruno alongside him and potentially McTominay, just say for example, then he's not really got excuse in terms of playing bad. Like everybody else has been playing good as well. Like Matic and Fred have done well in Pogba's absence, so he needs to come in and hit the ground running. If he doesn't do it for the last 9 games, then let's just say he plays well for like 4 games and he's 4 for 5, which is you could say that's what's been happening. What would you do then? Because obviously the summer window's coming. Obviously, ignore what Sheringham said and all those pundits. But what would you do if you're in charge? Would you sell Pogba, or would you say, look, we're building something, let's keep him for one more season?
It depends on him, innit? I mean, if he plays well and stuff, then and you can tell his heart's in it. If he gives us 100% and his heart's in it, and you can change the views of the fans and stuff, then you have to keep him. He's world class. You can't replace him. Like the only thing about Pogba, I think he needs to come out and literally say, "I want to commit." I don't get that side of it. Is Minariola not to, or what is it? I don't get that. If he wants to stay, just say I want to stay. If I want to go, I want to go. Be a man about it, innit? Just this.
Yeah.
Then all the goal will finish. Then it'll be what pitch, and then we can judge him on that, which is the main place.
Yeah,
I'd keep him. He's world class. He's probably one of the world's best midfielders on his day, but he needs to be consistent as well. And now he's got Bruno, and then he got other people in form. The only thing is, I don't know if he comes straight back into the team for me. He's in it, I think.
So you'd put him on the bench against Spurs?
Other players that.
So you'd put him on the bench against Spurs?
I think he might need to earn his place.
Yeah, I've heard a few people saying the similar thing. Obviously, the whole earnings base. Firstly, regarding the selling him thing, I agree with you in terms of he needs to show that he wants to be here. Because one thing I do love about the team, and I've not said this for a long time, is every single player that Solskjaer's got in that squad, or at least the ones that aren't meant to be getting sold, the dead wood, like Jones, etc. These guys, they look like they want to be here for the right reasons.
Look at God.
Exactly. Gala's taking a 200k. He's taking a 200k pay cut to be here, but that's what we want, man. We need that mentality that everyone wants to be for the right reasons. It's quite clear Maguire that has seen this as a step up in their career. Bruno's come in and hit the ground running. The camaraderie between the players, Rashford's stepping up. So there's a lot of positivity around the club at the moment, and the last thing we want is Pogba to come in and potentially jeopardize that in any way, shape, or form. Not to say he will, because that's what the pundits are saying, that he's a bad apple, so to speak. I don't, from what I've seen of him in the dressing room and stuff, it doesn't come across like he's that. If anything, he's a very positive guy in that dressing room. Sheringham also said, just before we go on, he also said that Pogba's no Roy Keane. So obviously, I know you watched The Last Dance. You made me watch it. You know, I know you're not a massive fan of Michael Jordan, but do we have players like Roy Keane, i.e. Michael Jordan, that elite winners mentality who would do anything, literally anything in Michael Jordan's case, to win? Because that's what we need, isn't it? Is
The
Pogba,
only
does Pogba
one,
even fall in that bracket?
no. There's only a few in the world. I mean, Ronaldo was one
Yeah,
because you can tell by
exactly.
his face when he's losing, he hurts
Exactly.
him.
Me and it, he hates me so much. Even I'm
Don't
losing on a
think that's
bloody Monopoly
Ronaldo.
deal tonight. Mate, I'm losing. Obviously, I'm not Ronaldo level, obviously. But
There's not many players like that. You can't compare to Roy Keane. They're totally different players. But I mean, Roy Keane, he made no friends, but he was a lethal player.
yeah, he's basically like Jordan, isn't it? They hated everybody, but
No,
he got the job
the
done.
personality is different. I mean, Pogba, is he a leader? I don't know. But he's one
He's
of those kind of players you'd want him in your team. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
but
your
he's
I'm
charismatic
thinking,
though, isn't it? You
putting
can
him to
tell
play
he's
for
charismatic.
United. But if I was playing alongside
Obviously.
Pogba, I'll feel wicked.
Well, you're not going to want Pereira, are you? It's either. This is what I
No.
don't understand about Man United fans. Like, okay, fair enough. Like Sheringham's come out and said this about Pogba, and I agree he hasn't got the mentality. Of course he hasn't, man. That's like next level mentality. But why is nothing being said about Pereira and like Lingard in particular? Like, don't get me wrong, I proper love Lingard off the pitch. I think he's a genuinely nice guy. Like, he does come. I'm not attacking his personality at all. He seems very like down to earth and stuff. But on the pitch, like, although I still would probably keep him as a squad player if he was willing to do that, he's been shit. Like, I think Pogba's probably got more goal return in 5 games than Lingard's got in 25. Like, literally, not even, like, I think Pogba's got more assists. Pogba's got 3 assists, and I swear Lingard's got 1, and he's played like 30 games. So, and Lingard's meant to be the person that was replaced Pogba ideally, because he plays in that sort of false position. He's had no criticism. Not to say that I want people to go out after him and criticize him and say, oh, we want him out and like have a witch hunt. But I just think it's too easy of a target to go after Pogba and say he hasn't got the mentality. What about the other 15, 24 players in the squad? Look at Phil Jones.
And they're still attacking him.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I don't.
look at players like Phil Jones. That guy's been stealing a living for how many years now? About 7 years. He should have been. How is he still there?
You gotta rate him.
I respect the fact that he's slugged out for that long, but the fact that Phil Jones is still on our books.
He must be a good cook or something because he's baking brownies.
The way he's bringing the tea in morning, he must be world class. But the fact that Phil Jones is still there and he doesn't get any criticism, the guy is injured every other week. Like, generally, he just goes on own goal, makes a horrible face or gets injured. Like, there's no in between, basically. That's all he does. Remember when man played against Hazard in the FA Cup final? He just got absolutely destroyed. Gave a penalty away and they get sent off. Like, what is the point of this guy? Like, every time he's played against Hazard, we've lost. We've got a habit. Oh my god! But yeah, I just think it's a bit easy to pick on Pogba, and like you said. But coming back to the leadership thing, obviously Pogba aside, do you think we have got any players in the dressing room that potentially can step up to leaders? Like, who would?
Yeah, obviously Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes is a born leader.
Yeah, definitely.
Scott McTominay. I didn't like Scott McTominay first, but
I loved him from day one, man.
I hated Scott McTominay, but I eat my words. I mean, yeah, he's doing well. And Igalo, I like Igalo. There's those kind of leadership kind of qualities. He's just a man, innit? I mean, he's a player like you look up to. You know, he's older, wiser, and all that business.
Speaking of Igalo, obviously a lot has been said in the last couple of days. Well, last 48 hours, a lot has happened with the Igalo situation. For me personally, if you haven't seen my previous video, obviously check that out. What are your thoughts on Igalo? Would you keep him?
I love him. Absolutely,
I know you love him. Forget the emotional side to it, because I think that's where you think on a pure footballing basis. Would you keep him? What would you sign him? What would you do?
Yeah, as a role model and as a different option off the bench, because he's totally different to any striker we've got in it, and like a role model to people like Greenwood and stuff like that. I definitely keep him. He's got that hold up play. None of our players have got that kind of hold up play.
He offers a different dimension, doesn't he? Really.
Yeah. And he's happy to sit on the bench. He's happy to be at United. So 100%, 10 million. But they're saying 20 million. I'm not sure 20 million is too much.
20 is too much. I wouldn't pay more than 15.
I think 10 million. If you get 2-3 years out of him, 10 million is a bargain.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
For what he gives you, and he's happy. He's like a Romero, backup keeper. But
definitely, yeah.
He's happy to be a backup keeper. He's happy to be a squad player. He's just happy to be a Man United, and I like that because other players, younger players, will look up and think, "Why is this guy taking such a pay cut to be here. What's so good about this club?
It does spread a lot of positivity within the club. Definitely.
For that reason, I'll keep him.
I
like him as a person, I think.
No, I definitely agree. I think a lot of United fans would probably be able to, especially to the end of the season. Obviously, if we can.
He's not a deadwood. He can contribute.
Oh yeah, he scored goals, man. He's got
exactly.
a good goal return. And even against, I was saying in the previous video, even against Manchester City, when he came on for that, I don't know, it was like 5 to 10 minutes spell at the end of the game. That hold-up play that he did, and he played it around the corner on the left wing, was what led to McTominay's goal. So, he has contributed in big moments as well. That was a big moment. We had to win Man City. Obviously, we didn't know this pandemic was going to occur then. But at that moment in time, we needed those 3 points badly. And we dug out, and he contributed to that when it mattered at the end. When the crunch time, so to speak. Like he said, he held the ball, superbly, really. And yeah, for me personally, I think it's a no-brainer. I would actually personally sign him. And I know a lot of United fans don't want to sign him because of his age and all this myth about, his wages. Look, obviously, I'm not saying sign him and pay him 300k a week. I'm saying if he's willing to take a pay cut and be on 100k a week, then 20 million is too much. 20 million is way too much. I'd pay 15 million max. But if we get rid of the likes of Jones for 5 million, for example, and then you get a Gallo, then I would probably take that. Because at the end of the day, he'll sit on the bench. He'll give us an option off the bench. He'll play in the League Cup, the FA Cup, happily. If we're in the Europa League or the Champions, whatever it may be, he'll play games here and there. And like you said, he's positive in dressing room. That's what you want. He's like a Mata, innit? In terms of that. And Mata's potentially going to leave as well. So obviously we've got to at least have some experience in there. Speaking of which, obviously I mentioned Mata's there, but just if you could only get rid of 3 players, which 3 players would you get rid of utmost importance? Only 3. Obviously, we need to get rid of about 8 or at least about 6. Like, let's be real. We could probably name at least 6 players off the top of my head. I'll allow the loans. Obviously, loans don't count. So, obviously, Gomez, if he signs, we'll talk about him in a second. But, yeah, so if you could only get rid of 3 players, who would you get rid of and why?
Lingard, I think, because he's not at that level. And I think he needs a fresh start. So, Lingard, definitely. And I like Lingard, but, I mean, he's not a United player anymore. I don't think he gives enough. So Lingard, Pereira, he's full of crap.
I rate him so highly as well. But
seasons ago, I thought he was all right. But I think he's got to his head. I think he thinks he's something, but he's not.
His decision making is so poor, man.
Yeah, he wasn't like that originally. I think he's.
I just can't. The pressure probably can't have the pressure.
All that kind of skill, and
he's all right.
Yeah, he shoots a stupid. Like you said, decision making is so bad. We had that Rashford a few seasons.
Rashford issue, yeah. I was about to say Rashford.
So we still got that.
Criticism of Rashford was.
I don't know, maybe give him time. I don't know. It's Jones, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Jones, Lingard, and Pereira, I'd say.
Okay, that's interesting. I've gone for definitely Phil Jones, 100%. For obvious, I don't think anyone's going to even disagree with that. I don't even need to give reasons because it's Phil Jones. He's just stealing a living. So Phil Jones, I'll definitely get rid of. It's difficult because we've got so much deadwood. We've got players like Smalling coming back. I've got this. You've missed one out, yeah. So I've gone for Jones. I've gone for Sanchez.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah, because of his wages. Obviously, he's on like astronomical amount. If we can somehow get rid of him, we need to get rid of him.
Straight swap with Gallo.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be unreal, wouldn't it? So Sanchez, Jones, and it's very difficult because, like I said, we've got Smalling, we've got Rowe, we've got so much shit available. Like, obviously got Pereira as well. You know what? I'm going to say Pereira just because Lingard, for me personally, although he's shit at the moment. At least potentially he could offer us something that Pereira definitely can't offer us. Because I wouldn't, for example, if we're playing against Arsenal away, and just say James is injured for whatever reason, and then James is injured, and we've got Pereira and Lingard on the bench, I would still want Lingard. I wouldn't, because I feel like Lingard, at least he has that in football intelligence with his movement. Like he does have that in his locker. Okay, his ability on the ball isn't great.
Yeah, but Pereira's
ability on the ball isn't great either.
Alongside Pogba, I think Lingard's alright. He needs that kind of.
Well, Lingard in the dressing room again, he's a positive influence in it. Obviously, yeah. I'm not saying we should keep people for just dressing room because that's not the. I've just realised I forgot about Mata. So this is what I mean.
Matt, I
I
don't know
shouldn't
about
really get rid of Pereira before Mate, should I? Because Mate should be gone before him, realistically speaking. He's like 32 now, isn't he?
Matt. Yeah.
Oh, it's difficult. No, I'm Pereira survives. Obviously, in ideal world, I'll get rid of all of these guys. But okay, I'm going to go for the old gods, and I'm going to go Mate because of his age. Only that reason, really. I'm going to obviously Sanchez for obvious reasons, wage bill, and then Phil Jones because he's shit. Pretty much. Just to finish off, boss, before we obviously wrap up this episode, what are your thoughts on Angel Gomez or Angel Gomez? Obviously, there's a lot of speculation currently surrounding him saying that he's potentially going to sign a new deal. First and foremost, do you think he deserves that new contract? I know a lot of fans, are raving about him. What are your thoughts?
I'm not seeing much of him, but I mean, because he needs to go on loan, innit? See, like a probably Championship or even a Premier League team, like even Aston Villa type team,
Yeah.
or Brighton or Bournemouth. I don't know, something like that. Just play
Two
minutes.
of them teams are probably going to get relegated. So you mentioned Villa and Bournemouth are practically in relegation. So.
Well, I need to learn about some. Premier League would be ideal, but even Sheffield United, actually Sheffield United would be a good shout.
I don't think they want him. They've
They
got
won't.
a good
You never
midfield.
know.
They've got Fleck, Sanderberg.
You
They've got
never
some good
know.
players in there. Oh, you never know, but I'd be surprised.
Get games basically, so maybe a Championship team. But yeah, I think he could sign another contract. But apparently he's been training with Bruno and Pogba, so that's interesting. So can you imagine what you learn off them? You learn a lot. So I think he'll stay because of that. They're offering him a 30 grand contract, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what they offered Chung, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of money for someone that young and who has not really played. So
yeah, it's a lot of money.
So yeah, he'd stay. I think he'll sign another contract. You got to keep him. He's what England captain as well, under 20 whatever.
I'm not sure. I think Foden might be possibly.
No,
I'm not sure.
Gomez.
I thought Foden was.
So he's got talent and he's a good player, but he needs a step up. Sorry, lost my phone there.
It's okay.
Lost it.
Yeah, I to be honest, for me personally, I would definitely need to keep him. Just for the sheer fact that we've not even given him a chance. Look at there's been so many players that we've let go. Pogba being one of them that they've not even had a fair chance. Like this season, for me, that's one of Ollie's biggest mistakes this season. Giving Lingard and Pereira so much game time when he could have easily dropped Gomez into a game against Astana. I just don't understand why.
Because they were crap. Pereira,
exactly. It's like how many chances? Pereira had so many chances and he was shit game after game after game. So for me, it's baffling. I think that was definitely Ollie's mistake. Whether he didn't put him in the position to play was because he wasn't signing a contract. Remains to be seen. But even then, I just don't think he should have done that. I think he's a kid at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? He wants to play in it. But I agree. Sign him up and then send him out on loan. I think somebody was saying on social.
He's not getting in the team. Like the first. Maybe. I don't know if he was making the bench. If you think about it,
I don't think he's ready to make the bench. He needs to go out there and play 30 games this season
as well. There's another one, Ghana.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Innit? He needs to go out there and play 30 games a season. There's a few of them, and we've got Levitt as well. Obviously, Laird or whatever you pronounce his name. Williams. Obviously, he's kind of broken his vein with Luke Shaw, so he's all right. But yeah, there's them three definitely to go on loan, man. Even send them together, wherever it may be. But anyways, that has been your first episode of the Was and Us podcast. Is that the name?
I like it.
And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you've got any other topics you want to discuss, leave them in the comments, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will be back with another video shortly.